Alright guys, welcome back. It's a little late today, but finally back to work, so that's a good thing. But it is nice and cold for Florida at least. We don't have any snow, thank God. I would really be freezing. But today I've had a few people ask me, not just today, but on a review for my LMR Chin spoiler, because they want to choose between American Muscle or LMR or eBay. This one, as y'all may know, LMR sent me just out of the very kindness of their heart, which was very amazing. I've been very surprised in this chin spoiler. Basically, I've had a few scuffs, but my wife is the main culprit, and she's going to watch this video and probably say, but if you get really close, you can see there's little scuffs all along. But this chin spoiler has taken a beating, and it is strong. Now, the one thing I have done is, if you look right here, instead of drilling the hole and pushing them in and pushing that plastic pin in, I screwed a screw in. So I still use the retainer. I still use the push in, the lock. I don't know what you want to call it, but I screwed a screw in each one. So all the way around, it's like that. Now I did come back, I did a few small supporting screws just because I wanted it as tight as possible up against the body. I don't like when people have like a huge gap. But this thing is nice and rock solid. There's been a scuff here. In any of this, I mean, you can take a heat gun and like this where it's like that, you can mold it back. But this is tough ABS, and it has taken quite a beating from us in Daytona and these terrible roads. And I drove through flood water the other day and didn't have much of a choice. But I figured with it plowing the water up front that it was going to push it off. It ain't budged. For the money that they charge, like I said, I got mine for free. But for the money they charge, it is amazing. I think it beats everybody's. I have a friend that's got the eBay one, and he hit a little rock and it cracked it. It looked like somebody shot it with a BB. I can't say enough good things about it. I mean, it completely changes the front of the look of the car. It's not the typical Cobra front end, although, not gonna lie, I really want a saline front. But gonna have to repaint my hood. My hood was just rattle canned, and my daughter's been out here drawing little hearts on it, you know, because it's drying out. I didn't clear coat it. It was just a hurry up and get done kind of thing. But the whole car needs to be repainted, so I'll get that. Now, the next thing I have to talk about. Every time I go to plan to paint the rims, like yesterday, it poured rain. You can see the sky right now, and it is cold. So, won't be painting the rims for a while, but let me get back here for y'all. My lower control arms, I don't know how well you can see it there, and my upper, you might be able to see it up there. It is too cold to be on the ground all around, but it's up in there. You just got to trust me. But anyway, right there, I have the LMR revised bushings. They're rubber instead of urethane. And I've had people ask me how they're holding up. How is it doing? They are doing phenomenal. The rubber is solid. And like I said, I knew I was going to have people say, well, you know, it's not urethane. It ain't going to hold up. The stock ones was rubber. They held up 20-something years of abuse. Let's face it, nobody buys a Mustang. Even these slow Mustangs, this body style, no one buys them to baby them. So 20 years of abuse, and that was not even a solid piece of rubber. These are great. They got such a bad review because of them bushings, such a bad rap, and I can't say enough good things about that either. I ordered them through LMR, and I did a review on the bushings being revised, and then that's when LMR reached out to me with the chin spoiler. I've had people asking me about them bushings. From last I heard, when I contacted LMR, they don't carry the SVE stuff anymore as far as the control arms and the bushings. But they did tell me that if I needed more, if something came up, that I could contact them, and they probably have some still in old stock. So I'd have to request it. So if any of y'all are wanting any, get a hold of them at LMR and just ask them what you're looking, or tell them what you're looking for, and they should be able to let you know. I think I already showed y'all this. My my other sponsor that sent me the Max Oil. Well, Max Oil reached out and they sent me a license plate frame. They sent me a decal, which I have underneath the hood. But the videos will probably be in the afternoon now, and I don't want to upload just to have an upload, so I don't want just crap. I've seen it done too many times. But at the same time, I want to try to keep something going on. So I want to get something relatable. So I have had questions. I'm sorry if y'all picking up wind noise, because it's windy and cold. But I've had more than a few people ask me why that chin spoiler and why did I go with them bushings, because they've heard such a bad rap about the SVE. When I tell them the revised bushings, I show them the video, the difference in the bushings, and they don't fall apart and all that stuff. But then people's ask me, how are they holding up? I bet they're not going to handle abuse. I've launched the car, I've drifted the car. I mean, it's held up to everything I've put it in. And yeah, it's not super powerful. I don't know if I throw, an extra 200-300 horsepower to it. But my guess is people are running 600 horsepower on stock stuff. So solid rubber bushing that I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And my plan is, if it does go, if something happens to that rubber, I'm just going to make them solid. Weld in a piece of metal, make them solid, like a big washer that fits perfectly in the hole, weld it in, and I'll have a solid. For Andrew from Mustang Lifestyle hooked me up with them control arms. They are off of Turdzilla. So I have nothing in them. I have nothing in the chin spoiler. This car has been pretty much the bargain car. You'll hear that click and my camera shuts off every now and then. I gotta adjust that. Just the display. But again, this is my review on the LMR chin spoiler and the rubber bushings. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna go inside before I freeze my Florida butt off. Thank you.